Hello, everyone, and happy Wednesday. Welcome to another episode of Wednesdays with the Doc. I am your host, Dr. Daphne, and I am so excited to be sharing with this space with you all on this Wednesday. It is my mission and my passion to educate about mental health and mental illness and to just, make it okay to seek help for services if you are experiencing any type of mental health challenge. So that's why I'm here, and I want to make sure that you all know that I'm here to support you and share this information with you. So as always with our podcast, we'd like to get started just with a little bit of, some relaxation to help you transition from whatever activity you were engaged in to giving your full attention to this podcast episode. So let's just take a few moments to sit still, maybe close your eyes, gently close your eyes or gently soften them, and just take a moment to sit and relax. You can just let your breath flow in its natural rhythm of in and out or exhaling and inhaling. You don't have to breathe in any special way. Just make this moment yours to take a few moments of stillness and silence as we transition into listening to the podcast. So this month, the month of March, is National Social Work Month. And so I want to use this episode just to encourage everyone to thank a social worker. And I definitely want to thank my fellow social workers for all the work that you are doing to really make individuals and society a better place, or to help individuals get to that place of functioning that they want, and to really make our society more just and equitable for everyone. So I definitely want to say thank you to all of my fellow social workers out there, but also want to spend a little bit of time with this podcast episode to encourage all of us to really thank social workers and to recognize the work that social workers are doing during this month, during this National Social Work Month. So just a little bit of background. I don't know if you all are aware, but social workers have always been on the forefront of providing mental health services in clinical settings and providing mental health services within the work that we do. Social workers, even though they were not always recognized, social workers were on the front lines working right alongside doctors and nurses during the COVID-19 pandemic to ensure that patients within hospitals and medical settings were receiving adequate supports and services. And social workers have always been in a unique position of looking at individuals from a holistic standpoint to see how that individual or that person is fitting within their environment, and identifying any other systems that may be at play or that may be impacting or interacting with that person. And so, social workers are really relevant to our society and really relevant to ensuring an equitable and just society that's going to work for everyone. So this month, I want you all to join me in thanking a social worker. I want us to thank a social worker for serving our students in our public school systems to ensure that students are receiving adequate and appropriate services to support their learning. I want us to thank a social worker for providing clinical services to those experiencing mental health issues, whether that's in private practice or our local mental health agencies. I want you all to join me in thanking a social worker for advocating and lobbying at the political level and with our politicians and policymakers to ensure that our social policies are equitable and just for everyone and truly meeting the needs of every individual or every member of our society. And I just want us to also be aware of the fact that, the work of social workers doesn't just impact that individual person, but the work that social workers do really impacts all levels of society and impacts society as a whole. So again, take some time in joining me to thank a social worker this month. I want to transition a little bit now as we've, gotten out there and we're going to thank social workers. I want to transition to our mental health tip for this episode. So for our mental health tip for this month, I want each one of you to take some time to track or take an inventory of your mood and your emotions so that you have an understanding of your own level of functioning and maybe what your own baseline moods and patterns of thinking are. So you can use, certain apps like Daylio, Daylio, or you can use an app called Mood Tools, MoodTools. You can also use the calendar app on your cell phone just to record what your mood or how you're feeling each day. But I want us to get into the habit of using feeling and emotion words like happy, sad, frustrated, irritated, anxious, angry, those kind of words that really speak to how we are truly feeling. Sometimes when someone asks us how we're doing or we ask ourselves how we're doing, we use words like good or bad. And those are not feeling words. We want to make sure that we're identifying how we are really feeling by using those emotion or feeling words. And so I track my mood. I each night or each day, I take an inventory of my own mood. So I am doing the same thing that I'm asking you all to do. Tracking your mood will help you to discover patterns in your thinking, patterns in your mood, and what things may be contributing to how you're feeling, or what things may be contributing to your feeling a certain emotion, as well as what activities that you engage in or activities that you can engage in to support maintaining whatever your level of functioning is or the level of functioning that you want to get to. So mood tracking is a great tool for that. So let's do that over the next few weeks. Get into the habit of tracking your mood, just so that you have an understanding of what your baseline is, and so that you have an understanding of what things may impact your mood and what things you may need to continue to do to have the type of mood and functioning that you want. So in closing, I want us to get out there and thank a social worker this month during National Social Work Month. And I want us to engage in, some mood tracking to help us understand ourselves a little bit better. I hope you all have a great Wednesday, and I look forward to sharing this space with you in upcoming episodes.